Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, to all my CAC 441 student. Okay, so we will discuss a new topic, okay, on multimedia design in development process. Okay, so this is the outline for our topic today. Okay, so first we will discuss on the structure and navigation in Hypermedia. Okay, and then we will look on what is nonlinear time-based structure. Okay, then we will discuss on the design problems of the www. Okay, and then what is accessibility, okay, in the multimedia technology. Okay, and then what is the web design issues, and we will discuss on the evolution or conservatism and progress in the multimedia technology. Okay, the first one, okay, basically class in the interactive multimedia. Okay, when we talk about hypermedia, so it is related to the interactive element, okay, which is you have hypermedia. So if you can look at this diagram, so we have hypermedia, okay, which is a combination of different media. Okay, and then we also have the hypertext, okay, where you use text to link to the other document, okay, or pages. Okay, but for the hypermedia is you use media to link to the pages. Okay, for example, you want to use image. Okay, when you click image, you will go to the next page. Okay, or you will link to the other documents. Okay. Okay, so this is basically the structure that we have in the multimedia, which is use the element or embed the element of the interactive. Okay, okay, and then okay, when designing the hypermedia structure, so basically we will talk about navigation. Okay, so navigation maps is actually known as sitemaps. Okay, so what is sitemaps? If you can imagine that the website that you have go through, so basically in the website, okay, we have the structure of the content. Okay, so basically the structure in terms of the hierarchy concept, okay, we call that as the sitemap. Okay, so what is the function of sitemap? Basically to organize the content and messages, okay, and then also provide the hierarchical table of contents and the chart of the logical flow of the interactive interface. Okay, and also when we talk about navigation or hypermedia, so it is actually the concept of non-linear, okay, where you can go to any parts. Okay, so I will discuss later on, okay, detail on the what is non-linear. Okay, okay, so basically this is the structure. Okay, in the textbook, okay, we have 4 types of structure for navigation. Okay, so first we have the linear. Okay, what is the meaning of linear? So if you look at the diagram here, class, okay, so linear, you can see you go one by one, okay, in the sequence, okay, from A, B, C, D, E. Okay, so you will go side by side. Okay, so you cannot jump to the other. Okay, for example, I want to go to the C, so I cannot go from A to C, but I need to go to A, B, and C. That is linear. Okay. Okay, for the hierarchical, okay, user navigate along the branches. Okay, now hierarchical, if you look at the diagram class, it seems like the organization chart. Okay, where you have the head, okay, and then also you have the 2 branches here. So you will go to this one. Okay, and then we have in the topic or in the branches we have the subtopic. So basically this called main topic, and then we have the subtopic. Okay, that is the hierarchical. Okay, and then for the nonlinear, okay, user navigate freely. So nonlinear means that you can go to anywhere without any structure or without any rules. Okay, so you can go from A to Z, okay, from Z to B, and so on. Okay, that is the nonlinear. So in terms of the structure, it is fuzzy, very fuzzy, and it is not you cannot predict, okay, what the user want to choose first and last. Okay, okay, the last type of navigation structure, which is the composite. Okay, users may navigate nonlinear but are occasionally constrained to linear presentation. Okay, okay, so composite, you can combine with the linear and non-linear, okay, or hierarchical. Okay, for example, okay, this composite, this is the non-linear. This is the linear, the first one. Okay, you need to go to certain part. Okay, for example, let's say you can imagine that you have something like the concept of game based. Okay, or you have something like the concept of quizzes. Okay, you need to go to the certain question. Okay, and then after that you can go to the other section. Okay, that is the composite. Okay, you can combine it. So for your so normally the interactive multimedia project, so they are using the composite element, and then sometimes using the non-linear. But for your project, which is you are using the video based project, so most of the time it is linear navigation structure. Moving on to the links. What is link? Link is actually the selectable connection from one word, picture or information to another. We have mentioned that which is the hypermedia and hyper text. That is the concept of link. So from the link itself, you can go to the, you can use, we have several types. You can go using the hyperlinks, which is the hotspot that connect to the viewer to another part. And then you can have the image map, larger image that are sectioned into hot area. For example, class in this interface, the Wikipedia itself. For example, the Wikipedia icon here is the image map. For example, we can make it an image map where you can click, and then it will go to the home. Or you can go to the Wikipedia. You click the Wikipedia globe here, so you can assume that that is the image map. It is the main where the user can click and it will go to the home page. That is example. And also class, you can use link for the icons, using the icons concept. What is icon? Is basically the graphical object, symbolic of an activity or concept. Where you can use any icons represent the message. Icon, for example, you want to use to represent the gender. So you can use icon that represent the male or female. And also link can be used as a from the button concept. So this is the normal one where you have the button, where you can click the button and then it will go to the other section. So the most of the time we are using this concept of links for you to go to the other, or to give elements of interactive to the multimedia content. Next one, we go to the concept of browsing and searching. So this is a concept in the website concept, www. Browsing is actually retrieve information by the association, where you have the follow links, backtrack, maintain history, bookmarks. So browsing, you want to follow links, backtrack, maintain history, bookmark. And then for example, you go to your I hope that you know the internet browser. For example, Google Chrome. So you want to go to the web pages. So the behavior that you want, the action that you want to go to the page, to get information. For example, you search the using the certain URL address. That is the concept of browsing. And then for the searching, retrieve information by the content, where you search using certain keywords, almost same as the browsing, but you use the search engine. For example, Google. So you use Google, and then Google search engine, then you enter the keyword, then it will give the list of the result from your searching keyword. That is the concept of the behavior that we have in the website concept. Next. So URLs, when we talk about website class, so basically you need to know about what is URL. So URL is actually the new uniform resource locators. Okay, resource is something that can be accessed by a higher level internet protocol. Okay, often a file, but may be dynamically generated data. Okay, the way in which data can be accessed is constrained by the protocol used. Okay, so basically in the layman concept, URL is actually the address of the website or address of the content that you want to get from the server. Okay. Okay, so this is the syntax, okay, class, where basic syntax or basic structure of the URL. Okay, HTTPS. Okay, basically you have the HTTPS here. Okay, this is the protocol, hypertext transfer protocol. Okay, we will not discuss detail in this. This is very technical. Okay, and then we have the domain. Okay, what is the address? Okay, and then slash glossaries is the path. Okay, so you can imagine, class, what is URL? Okay, basically you want to access the content in the server. Okay, so you can imagine that your computer, you have directory, right? Okay, so inside the directory, okay, for example, inside your C document folder, okay, that is where you put the information or the file that you want to access. Okay, that is actually how the URL, okay, used to access the content of your information. Okay, where you put the information, the file. Okay, for example, you put your file in the document folder, and then inside document folder you have another subfolder, so you need to use that, you need to mention the subfolder itself. Okay, for example here, okay, HTTP is the protocol, okay, and then we have www.digitalmultimedia.org, this is the domain. Okay, materials is the path, okay, and then key points HTML is the file, okay, that you want to access. So in terms of the file, the format of the file, so we have the HTML, okay, which is we have the for the web design. Okay, other than that we have ASP, PHP, JS, JavaScript, okay, jQuery, Ajax, and so on. Okay, that is the language that we use to design our content for the web. Okay, so this is the structure. Okay, so if you are not using the correct URL address, so you cannot retrieve the information that you want in the server. Okay, okay, so domain name identifies a host. Okay, this is actually normally the domain this one you need to buy it. It is not a free. Okay. Okay, path is like Unix path name. Okay, this, as I mentioned, path is actually the directory, the folder that you save. Okay. Okay. Alright. So next we look at this subtopic nonlinear time-based structure. So traditional time-based media essentially linear. Okay, for example, okay, you are using the television. Okay, media. So television media is very linear, where you just on your television and then you choose the channel and then you just watch it. You cannot jump into the in the index section in the movie. Okay, for example, you choose one drama. Okay, you cannot jump. For example, I want to watch at the end, okay, of the drama. Okay, you cannot. Okay, using the television concept, you need to watch the drama until at the end of the drama, okay, to get the ending. Okay, that is the linear. So linear is you need to go through, okay, one by one in the sequence until you get the end point. Okay, so digital media linear order can be altered by script and in response to input from the user. Okay, so when we have the digital nowadays class, okay, when you have, for example, interactive media content, okay, so we are now using the non-linear concept. Okay, so where you can alter the script and then you can get some user input. Okay, for example, in the Astro on demand, okay, that is using the user input concept. Okay. Okay, and then if script control playback by competition but without accepting input. Okay, alright, so that is okay, if the application or the multimedia content, okay, cannot accept input, okay, we cannot say that it is interactive or non-linear. Okay. Okay, so to accept user input class, there must be some control provided. Yes, of course. Okay, so for the interactive content, okay, for example, you can imagine something like this class, the form element. Okay, you need to insert, let's say you have the student registration, okay, subject. Okay, so you need to choose the subject, right? That is the input. Okay, and then the control you submit with what you have entered in the form or you have chosen. Okay, okay, that is the control that user can have. Okay. Okay, so in terms of creating the non-linear concept, so we have the loops. Okay, so this is something like a bit programming concept or logical concept. Okay, simple loop, which is a script attached to final frame, send back, playback, hit back to the first frame. Okay, where you can looping, you can start again the process. Okay, okay, that is a simple one. Okay, introduction plus loop, script on final frame, send playback, hit to some earlier frame. Okay, not the first. Okay, so you can imagine that, okay, simple loop, okay, you have A and then you have N, okay, start and end. So before you enter the end, okay, you will start again. That is simple loop. By introduction plus, okay, before you end the session, so you can jump in or you can repeat the process of certain process. For example, I want to choose the stage number 2. Okay, and then I want to repeat the stage number 2 until the end. Okay, that is the introduction plus. Okay, for the counted loops, so script count numbers of times, okay, around the loop, does something different after certain loop. Okay, okay, so you have certain stage to repeat and then you can stop at that stage only. Okay, 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 and then in terms of nonlinear also, you have option to jump into another process or activity, right? Okay, so we have the branching concept here, where you have the common case, okay, set of selections on a menu. So menu is actually a single stock frame with buttons for each menu selection. Okay, so for example, you go to the ATM machine class, so you want to withdraw your money, okay, or you want to check your balance, okay, that is the menu. So that is using the concept of branching. So if user choose a menu 1, okay, what you want to do. If user menu choose menu 2, okay, what the user can get. Okay, that is the branching concept. Okay, and then we have the parallelism, okay, parallel session, okay, where you have at the same time, okay, it will play back in the parallel, okay, in the same two things running in the same time. Okay. Okay, for example, we have flash movie clips, okay, are self-contained movies, okay, within a movie that can play back in a parallel. Okay, so for example, in your movie, okay, so you have another flash. So you imagine that you have two types of movie here. Okay, the main movie, okay, running at the same time you have the flash movie clips, okay, running. For example, I have the GIF. Okay, it is run at the same time. Okay, and then you also have the movie clips can be controlled by scripting. Okay, so how you can control it? Actually, when you are using the interactive concept class, you need to have the scripting. Okay, so this one you will not learn in the Adobe Animate, or you will not learn in the Flash. Okay, basically when because you don't create the interactive element. Okay, so don't worry too much, but you just know the theory part. So you need to give the instruction to the computer to stop, to start. Okay, that is the scripting. Okay, and then permit essentially infinite variation on playback of finite collection of elements. So you can respond to user input. Okay. Okay, now we move to the design problem of the www. Okay, what we have, okay, in the common. Okay, so basically in terms of the traditional, okay, print base. Okay, so design may not work on the web. Okay, for example, you want to transform, okay, this concept, okay, this picture class to the concept on the web. Okay, how is it? You can just scan it and then you just put it in the page and then you just publish in the web. Okay, no, that is not the correct way. Okay, so you need to have a restructure of the content, and then maybe you need to divide certain content for several pages on the web. Okay, another problem that we have, class, small screen may need scrollable with parts of a page hidden. Okay, where you have so many things you want to put, okay, in one page, so you need to have scroll. Okay, and then fonts may be substituted. Okay, so you need to have different font from the printed. Okay, and then you may change type of size. Okay, so browser may not support CSS properly or at all. Okay, so that is the problem you may face, okay, during designing the content on the web. Okay, content is not only the text. Okay, multimedia content we talk about, where you have pictures, video, animation, okay, and also images. So you need to okay, again, okay, you don't have any assignment on this, but if we have time, I will show you how you can create a very basic web content. Okay, next. Okay, so how to solve, okay, or how to fix the problem, okay, when you design, okay, on the web, multimedia on the web. So you need to fix, okay, design, okay, but what is the issue? It will cost the timing and also the money. Okay, and then, okay, another option, maybe you can turn text into GIF to preserve font and layout. Okay, for example, okay, your font, okay, you are using in a computer different type, okay, different name, not the times when you change into different type of your font, but when you publish on the web, it will cannot read that type. Okay, maybe because of that one is not have in the server. Okay, so you may change it into the GIF. Okay, so instead that is text, you can change into the image, or you can capture or save it into the image. That is maybe one of the option. Okay, so but not all the solution you change everything into the image is the correct way. Okay, so you need to use wisely. Okay, and then you reduce all design to level of text browser. Page will not communicate as effective as it could with proper design. Okay, let's say you have problem with your images, you have problem with your video playback. Okay, so you change everything into the text content, so it is not the correct way. Okay, and then design for one particular configuration. Okay, so when you design your content on the web class, so you need to think or plan wisely. Okay, next we look at the accessibility. Okay, so what is accessibility? So it is actually, okay, pages must transform. Okay, what is accessibility? You want to access the content of the web. Okay, so pages must be transformed gracefully into the form that can be rendered by assistant technology. Okay, text only for screen readers. Okay, for example, okay, accept that a web page may appear different to different user. Okay, ensure that page remain readable and navigable. Okay, and preferable, attractive under all circumstances. So in a summary, okay, in terms of you want to assess, okay, your content on the web, okay, so you make sure all the multimedia elements working properly. Okay, barrier to access. So some visitors to any website may be unable to see or have impaired vision or defective color vision. So this is actually barrier access. We are talking about where we have special needs. Okay, for example, a person or user, we have impaired vision. Okay, so what you want to do, what you need to do, so you need to design, okay, special for special need. Okay, how you design your web page? Maybe you need to enlarge the font of your content. Okay, or you have the certain button, okay, where special need. Okay, so if you want to enlarge the button, enlarge the font, so you can click on that, automatically it will enlarge the content of the web page. So that some of the visitors or user unable to read or understand what they read very easily. Okay, this is actually how you structure the content of your website. So you need to structure it in a very organized way. Okay, so not too many words. Okay, not too lengthy, and also you put into the paragraph or section. Okay, that is how you organize the content in the web. Okay, and then some visitors be unable to use a mouse or keyboard owing to injury or major disability, for example. Okay, or some of the this is actually the special need depends on the user. So how your website can access all the special needs. So this is some of the things that we need to look at when designing the website. Okay, and also about person, okay, who cannot hear. So how do YouTube assist this type of user when they want to look at the YouTube, okay, but they cannot hear? Okay, what is the assistant that they have in the YouTube? So that is the issue that you need to look at, okay, when we design the content. So we cannot assume that everybody can understand what you do. Everybody is very equal, okay, in terms of the physical, okay, and so on. Okay, so this is what we are talking about. Okay, so basically okay, this is how you design. Okay, this is some of the user interface experience, do and don't. So this is very good class. Okay, so if you want to design the application, okay, multimedia content for special need, for example for autistic spectrum, so you need to look at this one. Okay, what you need to look. Okay, you need to design color, use simple color. Okay, cannot use bright because autistic cannot read or capture bright because they have problem in terms of the focusing. Okay, for example. Okay, and then design for user of screen readers. Okay, so how the user can read from the screen. Okay, what is the font size and so on. Okay, and then designing for user with low vision. Okay, user that cannot see impaired vision, so you may enlarge the size. And then how about the users that have physical or motor disability? You cannot use mouse. Okay, so what is the function that they can use? Okay, and then how about the user of deaf or have problem about the hearing? Okay, so you can use the instruction, right? Okay, instead of using the audio. Okay, and then how about the user with the dyslexia? Okay, do user images and diagram to support the text, for example. Okay, so you need to study on the special needs first. You need to know the characteristic of the special needs, okay, the user, then you can design your content for the web page. Okay, so web design issues. Okay, so in terms, there are lots of web design issues that we can discuss. Okay, but we focus on the structure and navigation. Okay, to help people with cognitive disability. Okay, using heading, subheading. Okay, that is actually the content, how you restructure the content. Okay, and then provide navigation overview of site to help orient people who easily become confused and to allow assistive technology, okay, to isolate navigational elements. Okay, and then make link text meaningful. Okay, for example, if you want the user to click on that, so make sure that they know that is the button or that is the links or hyperlinks or hypermedia. Okay, so your user interface must be very friendly to the user. Okay, and then in terms of the color, okay, so how you choose the color. So roughly 5% of male population are able to distinguish between certain color. For example, most of it, they don't confuse about red and green, for example. Okay, for example, and then all computers, okay, some PDA only have black and white display, for example. Okay, so you need to look on this issue. And then in terms of animation, okay, so how you can use animation effectively. So you cannot use it all the words using the animation, for example blinking so many, so the user cannot read the text or the content. So maybe animation is only limited usage, okay, for special attractive elements only. Okay, and then in terms of the content, okay, most important things, okay, actually class, the most important things about the web design, it is the content itself. You want to deliver the content to the user but using the online, right? Okay, so your content must be very structured and organized. Okay, okay, make sure that there is no spelling errors and so on. And then usability, how easy it is for the user to find information. Okay, user friendly, so means that your interface is not confused. Okay, your button is very clear, straightforward. So that web design is actually the most effective. Okay, and then it can deliver the information easily. Okay, much of the research conducted into usability suffers from poor methodology, small and unrepresentative sample relative to population of web users, okay, emphasis on task-oriented experimentation. Okay, and then okay, the guidelines, okay, put the user first. So this is how you design, okay, your web content. So first, as I mentioned, when you design, okay, website for a special need, okay, you need to put the user first. You need to study, okay, the special needs, okay, what they can do and what they cannot do. Okay, and then you need to put the user in control. Okay, don't provide too much choices, don't make assumption. Okay, use technology, okay, do judiciously, okay, technology wisely, understand your site content and keep up with change. Okay, that is, so normally when we design the web, so you need to update the content also. Okay, the last part we will discuss is about the conservatism and progress, okay, which is we talk about the evolution of the multimedia design. Okay, so I am not talking just about the web design. Okay, I'll talk about the whole process. Okay, so actually the multimedia is an evolution technology. Okay, in terms of how you deliver the content, okay, it's not only cater the software, but it is also cater the hardware. Okay, so if you look at the diagram here, okay, so if we look at the web design, so the first web design is only using the text, okay, and then we have include the photos. After that, we have text and video. After that, we have the text, photo, and video. Okay, nowadays we have the text, photo, video, and downloadable files, and also we have the live video session. Okay, that is the evolution of the multimedia design. Okay, and then this is another media evolution just I want to share with you. Okay, in terms of the timeline, you can see the years and also what are the media that started and evolved. Okay, so we have the media, all the media is still available nowadays. Okay, but okay, some of it is transformed into the different technology. For example, newspaper, we have printed and also we have the digital. For example, telephone, okay, we have also in the telephone usage in the normal line, or we can also have the digital telephone where you can use the internet line to call. Okay, and then motion pictures, okay, also we have printed and digital. Okay, for the radio, okay, you have also radio using the FM frequency or using the online radio. And television, of course, okay, we also have the evolution on that. Okay, so you have the from the normal television, and then we have the until the digital or the television on demand. Okay, and then from the cable television on into the internet television. Okay, and the current technology that nowadays we are using the internet, where internet is actually a class, I believe that have influenced, okay, our life, right, nowadays. Okay, especially during the pandemic COVID. Okay, so where we have everything into the digital. So now actually class, we are moving to the digital society. Okay, so everything you put into digital, okay, the process, Okay, the content you put into digital, the people itself you put into the digital. Okay, so I think that is the positive side of the pandemic COVID. Okay, so you are more skillful nowadays, you more utilize the internet technology, and then the importance of internet itself become more highlighted. Okay, and now we are moving to enhance the facilities or the technologies on the internet, okay, to support the digital society. Okay, so this is another one I just share with you. Okay, the evolution of media in terms of the timeline. Okay, you can see, okay, in terms of time, okay, what are the devices that we have. Alright, from the clay tablets into the digital. Okay, that is how the technology works. Okay, for the multimedia area. Okay, alright, so this is a social media. In terms of social media, okay, so nowadays, okay, YouTube, okay, we have 2005, but nowadays 2021, YouTube I think become one most popular, okay, technology, okay, in the world. Okay, alright, so you can go see, you can look at the evolution to get some idea. Okay, so actually I just share with you this information, knowledge, okay, so that you can appreciate more, okay, on the technology related to the multimedia. Okay, so the best way to get started is to quit talking, okay, and begin doing. Class Walt Disney. Alright, thank you very much, class. Okay, so I hope that you can okay, read the textbook also, okay, multimedia, making it works, okay, Bogan, okay, and then look at the topic of the multimedia development process. Okay, so basically this is okay, we talk about the how you design your multimedia on the web. Alright, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.